Indaba. The event will connect investors and mining ministers and firms, but uncertainty among industry players over legislation remains a sore point.
It's been 22 years since the first Mining Indaba, one of the biggest mining events globally. And this year, organizers say registration is up by 65%. The biggest names in mining, including CEOs, mining ministers and investors, will tackle opportunities, partnerships and risks in the sector. Commodity prices are improving and there appears to be some uptick in global demand compared to last year.
There's things like what Donald Trump's going to do, how that's going to affect commodities. I think will also be a very relevant point. Similarly, Brexit, how that would affect financing and the like. So I think there's a lot of talking points this year. I know a lot of people are excited to go in here and explore, which I haven't seen in previous years.
But the gathering takes place against the backdrop of apparent tensions between government and the industry over, among others, safety in mines. There's talk of holding mine inspectors for multi-million rand losses accountable due to safety stoppages. But perhaps the most significant factor to define the climate at the moment are two pieces of legislation: the amended Mining and Petroleum Resources Development Act and the reviewed Mining Sector Charter.
There was always the debate around once empowered, always empowered, and how the new charter would affect that. I think there's been a lot of talk. There's even been some legislation changes and challenges in court. That would definitely set, once you've agreed on those principles, once empowered, always empowered, I think important, then you can look forward and say, if you put up a new structure, what should it look like? But then you can plan for it. I think if you have this hybrid, there's uncertainty.
Mining and labour analyst Mamoketi Molopiane says while she appreciates that this gathering is about investing, the absence of a full session on dealing with retrenchments and worker issues is glaring.
The missing link becomes how do we deal with retrenchments, how do we deal with job cuts, and it is never discussed. And I do feel in any gathering of any industry for that matter, we cannot only discuss the glossy side and we cannot only discuss the bad side that production was done.
The conference ends next Thursday with a Young Leaders Career Session which will connect undergraduates and graduates with professionals in the mining industry. Devin Murrigan, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Mexico's northern industrial city of Monterrey is pondering its future during the administration